Guys, the prompt is the next thing. If you're not on, get on, okay?
Time. Did you have any challenges? Like, what were some of the questions that these people had before signing to you?
Really, I feel like from the conversation, sorry to take you back. I forgot one other person, two other people I work with. Jehan, the producer, my producer Jehan. For him as well, how I signed Jehan was actually the second person after Natasha that was signed. Jehan is amazingly talented producer. I don't know if you've had the chance to listen to his beats.
Yeah, he's my brother. Like
the Kenneth Kaunda song that Natasha has. Yeah, Jehan is amazingly talented. Also, DJ JB, he's like my artist DJ. He's also an amazing guy. I just wanted to pick on them before I move to my next question. So with your other question, really, what most questions, I feel like before we even get to like speaking of signing and everything with the artists, we usually have a conversation where we get to know each other. We get to know the dream, the goal, the vision. And mostly it aligns with every single artist aligned, that the question that's been there is just how are we going to do this? You know, it's when do we start this? How are we going to do this? Never really been from a place of doubt for the artists. Of course, they have their low moments and everything, but really it's just been an honest conversation that we've had as a team, as individuals, and just an honest connection and an honest relationship with each one of them. So there hasn't really been for them, unless I don't know, but from my perspective, from what I know, there hasn't been any questions away from when do we start or how are we gonna do this.
All right. No, that's good to hear. You know, so my question would be like, did you ever have a day where you thought like, whoa, I have all these people like who I manage or who I need to help out? Like, how was that feeling?
I recently had that feeling like a couple of days ago, and it was bittersweet, honestly, because, you know, like I was saying, in these trying times, for most of my artists, COVID has affected most of them emotionally and mentally, because, you know, they start to feel like, you know, there's no progress, or some stuff we had planned to do we can't do because of COVID. So I've had to be the one that anchors each one of them, you know, that's there, like, guys, like, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So it's been bittersweet because I haven't had the chance to also wallop in like the fear, because I have to be the one that has to be strong. But then it's been sweet. I think just how these people trust me with their lives and with their careers, and they trust me enough to take them to where they want to go. It's a blessing, honestly, because it's a huge responsibility, but it feels so good to know that I could play a part in each one of their journeys, no matter how small. It's honestly a privilege and a blessing to me.
So like basically, how do you get these artists to like the big league? You know, like let's say for Natasha right now, you know, she has had songs with Cleo, you know, and people like that, you know, you cannot say that she's low or something. You can consider her at that rank. So what do you have to say on that?
I mean, I think with that, it's been consistency in work, also God's grace, also just being able to create a brand that is respected by everyone in the industry and taken professionally. Because with how we've treated the Natasha Chansa brand is we haven't made her just another upcoming artist. Like, we've made her look like a professional artist from the get-go. It's been like that. It's always been her having someone that handles her business, someone that handles everything for her. She just shows up when she needs to show up, you know, and also just her being incredibly, you know, like I said, she's a star. Her being a star has also played a huge role. You can't deny her talent. You can't deny her music, you know. So everyone that we've worked with, we haven't really had a hard time with the Natasha Chansa brand, because it's been upon listening, upon people hearing this, like, yep, I want a part of this, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna do this with you. It's been like that from the get-go.
All right. And then let's also talk about, like, you know, there are certain labels where they're like, by this time you have to have this song or this EP or whatever. So how do you guys work there? Do they just work however they want and then you release when they want, or how do you do that?
Okay, so our artists have, I'll say 90% creative control. So they're in charge of the kind of music they want to make. Of course, the 10% is for us to advise on what's viable on the market and what aligns with the brand, you know. But it's been a conversation in us trying to understand each other. Like, if an artist comes to me and says, I want to have this song released, is why, you know, is it the right song to release at this time, you know, is it the right story or the right message to give out, you know. But then with the expectation of them saying, with the label saying you have to have this song or this EP, yeah, quite all right. There's plans that are put for like a year and like a period of time, but you see things like COVID happen, so now you can't, plans change, you know. Plans change, circumstances change. So in the end, it's really just, are we creating music we love, and are we putting out music we love, you know? So it's not the artist and saying, oh no, by the end of the year we need an album, we need what. Nah, it's really moving with them. Is the artist ready to work on an album? Is the artist ready to work on an EP? Like, I'll give an example of Natasha. Natasha's been in the industry since 2018, but she's only releasing her first EP in 2021, you know. So there's no of, you have to put out music all the time. Now for us, we go with the time, we go with the energy, with what we plan for. We don't pressure our artists because we want the best. We don't want the same song over and over.
Yes, sir.
You know.
So, you know, for somebody who's looking outside, right? How does bookings work in Zambia? Like, do you hear about an event and then go to them to say, oh, can my artist be there? And then how do you handle when they want to book an artist of yours? How do you treat that whole thing?
Okay, it depends on what kind of events. Most events, promoters approach the artist's management team on them being a part. And yeah, and that's usually how the bookings work. But sometimes, of course, there's certain shows, and like for younger artists, you ask like, yo, can you give my artist a slot to perform, or just so he could get the test of performing, and also just so people that are coming to this event can have an idea of who the artist is. So it's not all the time that the promoters come to you or that you go to the promoters. It depends. But yeah, with bookings are done through management. They don't do them straight to the artist. It depends on how long you want the artist to perform, or how you want the artist to perform. Do you want a live band? Do you want just the artist? Do you want a 30-minute show? Do you want a 10-minute show? Do you want a 1-hour show? So all of that depends on the booking agreements and the fees. The event is located. Is it outside Lusaka? Is it within Lusaka? Is it outside the country? You know, and also how big the event is. Because some events are small. Some can be just like a bit, and some can be like a home music festival. So it's all dependent on the type of it.
So how do you set your fees? Do you look at like the songs that someone has created, or like what are some of the things that you look at?
The growth of the artist, firstly. The artist has, like, I'll give an example. Natasha's booking fee and Foreign's booking fee will not be the same, because based off numbers and sales, Natasha is a bigger artist. right? So even the demand to have Natasha will be higher. So like I said, how long you want her to perform or how you want her to perform, all those things determine the price. It's not just her having hit songs out there. No, it's, do you want her to perform with a band? You know, do you want her to perform, like I said, for 30 minutes or what? Because most charges are per set, and the set is like 10 minutes.
Okay. So let's talk about awards. You know, you got like in 2019, the Zambian Digital Woman of the Year award. So congratulations to you. And did you expect it, or and then how does this kind of thing work for somebody who doesn't know?
I didn't expect it. I actually just received an email from some of the sponsors, the organizers of the event. And the email I received was actually just letting me know that I was nominated. Okay. And for me, the nomination was amazing enough, because in my head, it was like, such a huge platform is acknowledging me or recognizing me. Like, I don't even care if I win or lose. For me, just the nomination is a win. I remember going to the event with my older sister, and that's all we talked about. Like, because I remember talking to Natasha at the time as well on my way, because she was in India at the time, you know, and I was telling them, like, for me, just amazing. I didn't expect to win. So when I won, I was like, what? Like, I actually won, you know, like I was just there, like, for me, nominated. Nobody can tell me anything. I'm nominated, you know. But winning was, it's a beautiful experience. Till today, it's one of my greatest achievements, because I felt seen. Like, people away from my friends and my circles actually see what I'm doing and appreciate it. And it was one of like the career so far.
And congratulations once more. So what advice do you have to anybody who's pursuing a passion, and what are some of the things we should look forward to from your label, and where can people reach you?
Okay. My advice to anybody that wants to do anything they're passionate about, just keep doing it. I always believe if you can dream of it, if you can visualize it, you can be it. You know, so just dream as wild as you can. Don't let them tell you anything. If you see yourself going to space, like me, dream it. We might meet, you know. And then what to expect from our label? So much. We're releasing Natasha's EP. We have so much content from the other artists. We have new songs coming. We have new videos coming. So much. Even just different platforms that Z Art as a whole is going to have away from like the record label. We're just trying to, you know, improve our industry as much as we can, as much as God allows. So that's something people should look forward to for the rest of the year and the year to come. And then where to reach me? I'm on Facebook, Bwaila Nkumbula, Bwaila with an I. On Instagram as well, Bwaila Nkumbula, Bwaila with an I. You can also reach Z Out Records on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Just Z Out Records. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.